Hi everyone! We're going to take a look how to start Just Breathe shawl, and I'm going to just show you how to do lining increases and how to knit this beautiful flower. So this is the beginning of the shawl, and I decided to have very refined edges, which you can see also could be seen nicely from the wrong side. This is the wrong side of the shawl. We're using a lot of twisted stitches to add definition. We're using some little cables from both sides and flower stitch. So let's start. I'm using for this shawl, I've used different yarn. I'll send you the link. I'll post the link of the yarn I used, but I'm gonna use right now the yarn by Pandia's Jewels, and it's very soft. It's called Delight in Gray Pearl. Anything with grays and pearls get my attention. It's super soft, and it's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And go check her other yarns. It's hand dyed by Pandia's Jewels. Lovely yarn. Thank you, Julia. Her name is Julia, the owner of the yarn. So we are going to, the pattern says cast on 4, and what I'm doing, I'm actually casting on 4 using long tail cast on method. You can use any other method. This one works for me great. You can use either DK or sport yarn. Sport will give you a little bit more of a drape, and the needles are size 8, US size 8. So second row, the first row actually, slip 1, knit 2, purl 1. Second row is purl 3, 1, 2, 3. Row 3 is slip 1, knit 1, and that's where we're gonna make first lining increase. Says the pattern says slip 1, knit 1. Then we're gonna go and make left leaning lifted increase. You see the stitch that is below the one that is just knitted. So this one we just made, and this is the below one. We're gonna go into the row below, and we're going to knit into that stitch. So right now we just created an increase, lifted increase that is going to the left side. So next stitch pattern says knit 1, purl 1, turn. Row 5 is slip 1, knit 2. I'm sorry, this is row 4. So row 4 says purl 4, slip 1, purl 4, yes. Next one is row 5. I apologize for a lot of movements between my needles. So next one will be knit 2, then LLI. Again, I call it LLI. Left leaning lifted increase, LLI. Knit 1, purl 1. Row 6, purl 2, slip 1, purl 2, RLI. So RLI means that the stitch we are making will be moving to the right side. So we are going to use the following stitches purl bump, and I'm going to put this purl bump back on the left needle, and I'm going to knit into it. We just made one increase that is moving to the right side. Next stitch will be purl 1, purl 2, purl 3 per pattern. Row 7. Row 7, this is how I do cables without cable needle. I slip these 2 stitches, but be careful if your tension is very tight, so your stitches don't come off. This one is the cable that is moving to the left, so it's 1-1 RC, 1-1 right cable I call it, so because it uses one stitch that is moving to the right and one stitch that is staying to the behind the scenes. Then purl 1 to TBL, purl 1 through the back loops. So this is how I do purl 1 through the back loops. You may do it differently because I use Roan Continental style. Let's do it again. So this was regular purl stitch. I bring my yarn forward, I twist my purl stitch, and I purl through it the regular way. The next stitch says 1-1 LC, so cable consisting of 2 stitches moving left. So you see like the top stitch move to the left and purl 1. So this, we completed row 7. Row 8, purl 2, another RLI. So we're going to take this stitch that is below of the next stitch, the row below. We're going to place it back on the left needle, and we are going to knit through that stitch. Then we're going to do one knit TBL and 3 purls. Row 9 is again 1-1 RC, purl 1 TBL, 1 linen increase going to the left, so just created it right here, and purl 1 TBL and 1-1 LC. A cable moving to the left side and purl 1. The next row is row 10. Slip 1, purl 2, knit 1 TBL, purl 1, knit 1 TBL, and purl 3. The next row will be row 11, 1-1 LC, purl 1 TBL, knit 1 LLI, purl 1 TBL, and 1-1 LC. So this one's for RC, so this one's LC. So everything what's to the left moving to the left, and everything that's to the right moving to the right. Row 12, slip 1, purl 2, knit 1 TBL, purl 1 TBL, then purl 1, then knit 1 TBL, and purl 3. Row 13, 1-1 right cable, purl 1 TBL, knit 1 LLI, knit 1 TBL, purl 1 TBL, 1-1 LC. It will get easier, I promise you, because you're gonna have many more stitches between these setup stitches. So at some point you're gonna have a lot of knitting space, just knits and purls, and the flower is actually not as hard to make as it looks. I do recommend to set up markers. This one is row 14. Slip 1, purl 2, knit 1 TBL, purl 1 TBL, purl 1, and this one will be knit 1. Next one is knit 1 TBL, purl 3. We just completed row 14, row 15, 1 1 RC, right cable, purl 1 TBL, knit 1, I'm trying to figure out whether we already did this row or no, actually this is row 15, yes. So looking at the pattern, confused myself. Slip 1, right cable, purl 1 TBL, knit 1, then knit 1 LLC, knit 1 TBL, purl 1 TBL, and 1 1 left cable and purl 1. I will tell you at the end, and in the pattern I will tell you where to place the markers so it's easier for you. Row 16, slip 1, purl 2, knit 1 TBL, then purl 1 TBL, then purl 2 and purl 1, then purl 1 TBL, purl 3. Row 17. So the row 17 is where it gets more interesting actually. Slip 1, right cable 1 1, purl 1 TBL, knit 1, and this is where we're going to start making increases, 2 increases per row, and you will need 2 4 6 7. So your marker will go 7 stitches from your left side. So that's how you know where to place the increases. Knit 1, then you do a left increase, then you do right increase, then you knit through the stitch, knit 1 through the back loop, purl 1 through the back loop, 1 1 LC, purl 1. That gives a nice shape, and the purl, and I don't know if you can see that the increases. It's pretty tight here. You know, it's a very nice edge that's not loose, that shows up very nicely when you wear a shawl. It has good definition. Row 18, slip 1, purl 2, knit 1 TBL, purl 1 TBL, then purl 4, knit 1, knit 1 TBL, purl 3. I want to give you some background about this stitch. On the wrong side it's a 5th stitch before the end. On the right side it's 5th stitch as well from the start. So that is the stitch that becomes a garter stitch, and what it does, it actually holds your right side of the shawl and prevents it from curling, because it's very easy for any material, for any knitting, to be curled on the right side, on the side where there are no increases. Next one is row 19. Slip 1, 1 1 RC, purl 1 TBL, knit 1, knit until last 7 stitches, 2 4 6 7. So then knit 1 LLI, RLI, knit 1, knit 1 TBL, purl 1 TBL, 1 LC. You will become an expert after all these RLIs, LLIs, twisted knit and purl stitches and cables. You'll become an expert on this, but this is how the back side looks, you know, the wrong side. It gives this little dimension. So row 20 is slip 1, purl 2, knit 1 TBL, purl 1 TBL, 1, 2, purl all until 2, 4, 5, until 5 last stitches. So purl all till last 5 stitches, and that's where you would put a marker as well on this side. Knit 1 TBL, purl 3. And my next video where I do the flower stitch, I will add markers, which I don't have actually. I have to go purchase some. So when you have 18 stitches on your needle, then you add the flower. Let's count our stitches: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6. So we need two more stitches. It's actually only 16 stitches. So on the next row, we'll do the flower. Slip 1, 1 right cable, purl 1 TBL, knit 1, knit all till last 7 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 7. Knit 1, LLI, RLI, knit 1 through the back loop, purl 1 through the back loop, and 1 LC, and purl 1. And I will see you on row 23 when we're going to do a flower. Thank you so much.